Good day, everyone. Today I will be presenting my literary analysis of Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. This poem is one of his most famous works and is widely known for its deep reflection on choices and life paths. So before we dive into the poem, let's first talk about the author. Robert Frost was an American poet born in 1874. He became well known for using nature as a way to express human emotions and life lessons. Throughout his career, he won four Pulitzer Prizes, which shows how influential his writing was. Some of his well known poems include Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Mending Wall, and of course The Road Not Taken. Let's now look at the poem itself. In the first stanza, the speaker faces two diverging roads in a yellow forest. He wants to travel both, and he can't because he is only one traveler. He is only one traveler. So he stands for a long time looking down one on the roads as far as he can. This already symbolizes the difficulty of making life decisions. In the second stanza, he chooses the other road, thinking that it seems less traveled. However, he admits that both roads are actually worn about the same. This shows the choices in life often seem different at first, but in reality, the outcomes may not be as far apart as we imagine. The third stanza, both roads lie untouched that morning. The speaker keeps the first road for another day, but he also knows that one choice usually leads to another, and he may never return to the exact moment again. This highlights how once we make decisions, it becomes a difficult it becomes difficult rather to go back. In the final stanza, the speaker imagines himself in the future, telling this story with a sigh. He says that taking the road less traveled by has made all the difference. This line suggests that the choices we make define our lives, whether or not they truly were more unique. These two key lines summarize the whole poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. These lines emphasize that choices are an unavoidable part of life, and even small decisions can lead to big outcomes. To summarize the poem, the speaker faces two paths in a forest and must choose one. He chooses the one that seems less traveled, and later he reflects that this choice shaped his future. The poem shows how decisions influence our lives even when the choices seem small or uncertain. The main theme of the poem is choices and their consequences. Every decision we make has a lasting impact. Other sub-themes include individuality, regret, and life's uncertainty. The poem reminds us that we can never know where a different choice might have led. The tone of the poem is reflective and thoughtful, with hints of wistfulness. The mood it creates is calm and nostalgic, but at the same time uncertain. Readers may feel both curiosity and hesitation, similar to the speaker's feelings when choosing a path. The poem uses several symbols. The road symbolizes life choices, the yellow wood represents change or maturity. The traveler symbolizes every person who must make decisions. These symbols deepen the poem's meaning and connect the physical setting to the emotional and philosophical message. Frost uses various poetic devices, including imagery, symbolism, metaphor. For example, the yellow wood and the road, um, grassy and wanted wear create vivid mental pictures. The entire poem is is a metaphor for life as a journey. The rhyme scheme ABAAB gives the poem a musical and reflective rhythm. My interpretation of the poem is that it teaches us about the importance of choices we make, although we sometimes wonder about the road we didn't take. What truly matters is how our decisions shape our identity and our future. Frost's poem encourages us to reflect deeply on the paths we choose, and the first stanza introduces the central metaphor of the poem, life as a series of choices. The speaker arrives at a point in life where he must choose between two possible paths, symbolized by the two roads. His hesitation and careful observation um, reflect how difficult it is to make decisions when the future is uncertain. The yellow would suggest a time of change, maturity, or transition. In this stanza, the speaker chooses the path that seems less traveled, but then realizes both paths are actually very similar. This shows that we often believe our choices are unique or bold, but in reality, many options in life are equally uncertain. Frost highlights how people sometimes rationalize their choices. We convince ourselves we choose differently, even we didn't. The third stanza expresses the speaker's awareness of life's irreversible nature. He wants to return to the first road someday, but he knows that life rarely brings us back to the same moment or the same opportunity again. Once we make a choice, it leads to a new path and new consequences. This conveys a sense of acceptance mixed with quiet regret. The final stanza is reflective and contemplative. The speaker imagines himself in the future, telling others how choosing the less traveled path changed his life. The sigh can express satisfaction, nostalgia, or even regret. It is intentionally ambiguous. Frost suggests that people often look back on their choices and give them meaning, even if those choices weren't as dramatic or different as they remember. Life is full of choices, and each decision, even a small one, leads to a path that shapes our identity. We cannot know what the other road might have offered, but we learn how to accept our choices and find meaning in them. So that's all. Thank you.